Well, hello there, Internet. I'm back with another one. It's White Boy Lockdown Radio over here. It's in the name. If it's your first time here, you're probably going to get butthurt. You're probably going to leave sore. Your hiney hole's going to be sore. Okay?
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Blood on the Razor Wire TV, where we bring it to you real and we bring it to you raw. Got a special guest today, but before we get into that, make sure you hit the subscribe button, make sure you leave a comment, and definitely give us one of them likes. So today I got Big Matt on the show from White Boy Lockdown. Matt, I want you to introduce yourself to the people, tell them who you are, talk a little bit about your channel, and tell them how you ended up in prison, man.
What's up, everybody, man? It's Big Matt. I got a YouTube channel, White Boy Lockdown Radio. Well, I think we're going on 3,000 subs now. Man, I just tell how it is. There's a lot of prison channels out of Florida. Everybody knows that. I just tell it how it is from white dude's perspective being in there. Florida's a crazy place. I just keep it real over there, man. I was going to prison. I've been to prison twice myself. The last time I went, I went all because I was in the streets making fast money, man. But the last time I went, they hit the house with a warrant, and I started fighting the police a little bit. You know what I mean? So I got a battery on law enforcement. It was a drug raid, and I had to go that time do that. That second time I went, it kind of sucked because compared to the first time, now I got a violent charge, and it boosted my custody and put me in I was in all types of crazy dorms, man, and it just sucked. You know what I mean? Prison sucks. It really does. It was that hurt that second time, though. You know what I mean? I was a little bit older, and compared to the first time, it's so crazy how prison changes. I had already been through this. I had already been through the mix. Going back from the second to the first time, it seemed like everybody was in a gang the second time around, because the Jits are bringing all the gang stuff here in Florida. It was around the first time I was in as well, but the second time it was just out of control. I'm not trying to see a third time for sure. No way. It's just it's nuts, bro. It's nuts. The transition and the difference from the first to the second time, complete nightmare. You know what I mean?
I can only imagine. Hey, how old were you the first time you went to prison?
First time, I was 21, and then I went back 25, 26.
And how much time did you do the second time?
The second time, I got 36 months for when they hit the house, and I just wrestled with the dude. But the police they'll exaggerate the paperwork to the fullest, man. And I did tussle with them, but they hit me with battery on law enforcement and resisting arrest with violence. After they did that, they hit the house. Nothing was in there, but they planted something. Everybody says that, but they really did. There was really nothing in the house, and they just duped a stick on a raid, man. Florida's dirty. You know what I mean? We don't have we don't have entrapment here. A lot of states, they have it. Not here in Florida. You know what I mean? There's none in Florida.
The first time I had ever heard about you guys got a dangerous system, right? I'm gonna put a video out about, who I think the top 5 or 6 prisons are the most dangerous, most violent prisons. I'm gonna drop that video this week. But the first time I had heard about your prison system, I was on a bus. Got off the plane, was on a bus going to USP Coleman. And I was on there with another kid that was from Florida, and he was telling me about your prison system. Back then, he was telling me that there were some dudes like Junes, and they would be fighting each other. You ever heard of that type of, huh?
Junes, yeah.
And Ward, he was telling me something about,
what's that?
He was telling me something about war daddies, like they would be the older kids and make the younger kids fight each other.
Yeah, absolutely, man. War daddies, man. It's I don't know where the word comes from, but what it means is, it's dudes that are scary, that's not going to stand up for themselves. Look, they pay for somebody to do it. They literally go to the window and get dude what he needs on a weekly basis to protect him. So that would be his war daddy. Jun Jun, man, is just a buster, man. Jun Jun is he's breaking it off. He's just Jun Jun is just gonna be the dude that's sweet, man. He's sweet. He's gonna it's like praying there, man. When you get in there, I'm sure it's like this everywhere, but in Florida, I'm gonna be probably the first prison channel to say this. Look, the gangs here, look, it's messed up, dude. You have stuff out in the West, and we're out here in the East. The gangs are weird here, man. It's very weird. And what I mean by that is, by the time it gets here and the jit camps and the adults, that it's all mixed up. You have gangs going through it with their own, and it's straight havoc, man. It's straight havoc. Some people say it's unorganized. It's just straight havoc to live in, no matter if it's organized or not. You know what I mean?
So Jun Jun's a dude that's paying his war daddy to protect him and fight his fights for him or whatever, right?
Yeah.
But don't the war daddies put their Jun Juns against other Jun Juns?
It can happen. It can happen. But you'll see that, but you'll also see like dudes trying to move in to steal the Jun Jun. You know what I mean? Because he's breaking it off. He's sweet, and the war daddy's eating so good, or he's got brand new shoes coming in the mail, or whatever it is, and people just don't like that, and they'll move in on it. You'll see, war daddies fighting potential war daddies, or I guess potential war daddies.
And this is going on in the state prison system in Florida?
Yeah, state time, man. That's the adult side too. We have adult, and the youth sides here can be crazy, but people fail to realize, man, the youth facility, the youth camps, the YO camps, they can only stay there to a certain age, and they shoot right in there, and that's when the mix-up comes, especially with the gangs.
What gangs you guys got? What gangs rule your prison system? Like in New York, honestly, man, the Bloods are the most deepest gang in New York State prison.
It's the exact same way here in Florida. We have a lot of gangs. Bloods are deep, no matter what camp you end up here in Florida. They tie flags with the Kings here, so here in Florida, they're cousins or whatever. You have Crips, you got GDs here, you got, there's some Vice Lords, you got your white gangs, you got your skinheads, you got your Unforgiven, you got your biker gangs, and then you have the lower branch stuff that, just the weird stuff, I like to say, you have just a lot of home team type of gangs, man. I don't know if you have that out there. You have home teams?
Home teams?
It's like the county you were sentenced out of.
Well, what we got, yeah, like where I'm from Rochester, right? When you go to state prison in New York State, pretty much we're like a gang, man. You're from Rochester, we stick together, we're a gang. Dudes from Buffalo, they're a gang. Pretty much, man. You stick with your people, and then in the feds, I'm sure you've heard, we got cars, man, different cars. It could be the Aryan Brotherhood is a gang, but really in federal prison, I guess it's a car. East Coast dudes were a car. You might have like the Dirty White Boy gang. It's a gang, but really people refer to you as, a car, the Dirty White Boy car.
It's the same thing. They make gangs out of that. Like the same as what you're saying. They'll have gangs, man. They make gangs out of those cliques, cars, however you would word it. So you got your main gangs, and you have stuff like Death Before Dishonor. It's a gang out of Pensacola. It's really a home team clique. You got the X-Men. They're out of Orlando, and then these guys will branch off and cut in with the main guys. So it's pretty crazy, man, to say the least.
What's it like being a white dude in prison in Florida?
It sucks. You know what I mean? Here in Florida, when you're a white dude, you're gonna have a way harder time than the average dude. You know, you're the minority, and you know, you're gonna have to bump. You know, even doing time, just staying to yourself, just trying to cruise by, getting on a little workout plan or whatever. It's gonna find you some way. You know, someone's gonna try you down the line some type of way, and you know, you have to just got to get in there, man, and you know, show that you ain't scared, and you gotta bang it out. You got your white gangs here. Then you have a lot of what I've seen in my time is you have, for the white dudes, you got the white dudes that are scary, and what they'll do is, you know, off top, either break it off, or you'll see them join other gangs, you know, whatever it is. You'll have a white dude that will go and get down with you know, Aryan gangs or whatever have you, and then you have just your regular dude who is not scary. He's gonna stand up and more or less neutral, but he's bumping. You know what I mean? And so it's really one of them three things. You know, the rest of the dudes are breaking it off, getting put down on. It's sad. It's hard on the eyes.
You know, I see some of these YouTube channel dudes like talk about, you know, like white dudes getting in gangs and, you know, just people getting in gangs in general. And there's kind of like this thing where people think, oh, what, you know, he's a dude, he got in a gang, so, you know, he's scared. Or, I mean, I've been around some tough ass gang members, bro. You know what I mean? Do you think dudes just get in gangs because they're scared? They're looking for protection? Because if they are, somebody's got to be tough to protect them people, right?
Oh, absolutely. There, you know, there's both that. I mean, you have some white dudes that are in gangs from the streets now. You know what I mean? And when they get there, they're straight. But there is some dudes that they'll just come home for the protection, for the numbers part of it. You know what I mean? But no, there's definitely some real gang members, man, in Florida. There's some real white dudes that are really repping hard in Florida too. I've seen it both ways though, Chad. I've seen. My first time in, I seen a dude, Breon. He was repping GD on the street. When he hit the yard, he wouldn't rock with him. You know, I'm not a GD, but I was real cool with him. He would never open up and let me know why, but he just like denounced them dudes inside. But you know, the dude was really on that on the streets. I don't know why. It's not my. I tried to find out, but he just never opened that door with me. But I seen him just straight no to them dudes. So it's kind of like both ways, you know?
Yeah. You ever see any tough-ass white dudes in there get busy?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's some bumping-ass white dudes, man. You know, before I left my second time, before I EOS this last time, I seen this dude named Rocket, man. He's a Crip. White dude. He's a Crip. That dude he had power, man. I seen him right after breakfast, straight whoop. 2 bloods, straight drop them both. Busted one dude's nose wide open, right by himself. None of his brothers help him. Man, just numerous times, man. There's some white dudes that really get down, man. There's some bumping ass white dudes in Florida.
You know, when I see some of these videos on here, and I see some of these prisons like in Alabama, Georgia, Florida. I see these kids posting pictures with knives. I'm like, these are some dangerous places, man. How long were you in the prison system before you ended up in a physical altercation?
The prison system?
Yeah, did someone try you? Young white kid coming in, did they try you?
Absolutely, man. Not a white dude. I had got into it. The first fight I got into, my first time in prison, was what a dude in Florida. We got open bays, man. I don't know if you have that there. They suck. You know, it's not like we have open bays and we have 2-man cells, but the majority of the camps all open bays. So that's stress by itself because you're wide open. You hear a lot of noise. But I got into it with the first fight I ever got into it with a black dude, older black dude, sleeping a few bunks from me, but you know you could hear everything. It's wide open, man. And he did the weirdest thing. We just had words at first, but it was over shoes left over, and my boots were over there too hard. We're walking back and forth, and the dude blew a kiss at me. the weirdest thing, but the most disrespectful thing you can do. So I ended up crashing him right there. That was that's the first fight I got into. It was weird. To this day, I think about that. It's weird, dude. You know, a grown man blowing a kiss at you. And it was animosity. It was like we were having words, and he decided to do that. I never forget that for my whole life.
Did you win or lose?
Oh, I crashed him, man. He blew the kiss, and it startled me. And I hit him. I hit him with a 2-piece. He grabbed me. This is right after count, dude. So they call count, and everybody's on their bunk, and that's when we started arguing. And it went from arguing to getting loud. And I stood up to go at him, and that's when he did it. And I just like sat there for a second, like, what the hell did this dude just do? And then I realized like I had to crash him, dude. And I hit him with a 2-piece, and I remember he grabbed me, and the way I'm standing up, I'm on a single rack, so it's behind my legs. And when he grabbed me, he like pushed forward, so he fell on top of me. My knees buckled over the bunk. We roll around between the bunks. I mounted on top of him. I was giving it to him. They came in, sprayed us. We both went in. There's no way we could have got away with that because it's literally at count time. You know what I mean? The whole dorm's quiet. Well, we went in for that. But dude, it's you just have weirdos in there, man. You know, you could just be trying to do your time, and it's gonna find you, man. Prison is a crazy place. Sometimes in prison, you look at people and you could literally say like, that dude belongs here. You know what I mean? You have weirdos in there, man. I try to preach it a lot on my channel. You know what I mean? There's straight weirdos in there.
I did 18 years. I know there's plenty of weirdos all around the prison systems. What's one of the worst things you ever seen happen in there?
Man, stabbings. Stabbings on from inmate to inmate. I seen probably the nastiest thing I seen was a Sarge in the chow hall. He gets sliced up, but the dude was a real. He was one of them real. I don't want to curse, but he was a real asshole, man. Just thinking about it. Sorry, I don't want to cuss, but he's one of those guys. I don't know how it is where you're at. In Florida, when you get your tray, you're in line, and when you get your tray, there's a cop right there, okay? Just making sure, I guess you get it. And then you walk and go sit at the table. He was the dude right there, and if you're missing something, he would, hey, put carrots on the tray or whatever. There was a king, and I don't know if he was missing, I don't know what he was missing, but he asked the Sarge for whatever slot it was, and he was like, hey, go sit down. He wouldn't get the kitchen to give you whatever you were missing. He was the real ass. And the king went there. Sarge tried him. And the next day, man, the same dude went through the line and just poked him up. But he didn't just poke him up. He hit him all in the face. I mean, it was nasty, dude, because the flesh is just wide open, like hanging, bro. And it was right on the line where you where you grab your tray, blood everywhere. That dude he had to retire, bro, because they tried to sew it up. This dude hit him like 9 times in the face, bro, and he couldn't come back. But I think the dude was just embarrassed to come back because it wasn't even repairable. But the dude, man, he was real nasty. I'm giving you a real short version of this. He was one of them COs, man, that had the job and went the extra way, the extra mile to get under inmate skin. I mean, all inmates. He didn't pick and choose. If you were in blues, he was there to just make your life miserable. And man, it's karma, dude. But it was disgusting. The sight, the aftermath of that was gross. It was really gross. He never came back. He retired from that. But between that, I've seen some dudes get poked up right in front of me. But that one was nasty because it was his cheek, dude, was hanging there. It was like a horror movie. Literally like a horror movie.
I'm from New York. I've seen people get cut in the face with razor blades and they touch their face. It opens up and it just, man, I've seen some wicked things. I've seen some wicked things in federal prison. I did almost 18 years in there. So I know what you're saying. I've seen it, man. It's not a sight that anybody. It's something you'll never forget, man. Let's put it that way, right?
Yes, man. Exactly, man.
That's the best way to put it, man. So, how long you been out?
I've been out now, man. 6 years. I'm driving trucks. I ended up buying a house. I'm doing all right, man. I can't complain. I don't have any papers. I got off here in Florida, man. When you get out, you have something called PRR. It's prison release reoffender, and it stays with you. It doesn't matter if you're on paper or not. If you just EOS and get out, you have a 3-year. It's like a 3-year tracer on you. If you commit certain felonies, they hit you with a PRR. It's an enhancer, and man, a lot of dudes down here get railroaded on that prison release reoffender. I'm way off that. I completed the papers. I did my game time on papers, and I'm doing good, dude. Got a good job, house. I even went back and started talking to the youth about this. I got an Instagram post. I got a little certificate. Maybe I'll send it to you after this. But I went in and I told them, man, at the county jail over here. So I'm starting to go back in and give it back. But here in Florida, it's tough because it's weird, man, that I'm even saying this, but it's true. It's tough to go back and do something positive because just for them to clear you. I don't know if you do that or if you know about it, but it gets frustrating,
Oh, I know. I've only been home 14 months, but I'm definitely going to get in them classrooms. I got a partner that runs a program in North Carolina, man. He's been out a few years, did 25 years straight. He's got his own program where he does all youth stuff. It's called SAVE, Safeguard, Atone, Validate, Educate. And the dude's doing big things. I'm going to probably go down there in September when I get back from doing what I got to do this week. Hopefully I'll be getting that coordinated, man. We're going to be in them classrooms. That's what's important. So you, talking to the youth, my mission on my channel from day one is to save kids from life imprisonment and premature death in the streets. And I got that focus while I was in prison because I seen so many young dudes coming in, 17, 18 years old. Dudes didn't have a high school diploma, had no desire to educate themselves. Some of them dudes came in there with 20, 30 years, This was amazing, man, for me to tell you this, right? So many dudes from New York City came in there, young dudes couldn't even read and write. They couldn't even read their own letters. So that's why, I directed my stuff towards, man, saving kids, man. And to me, man, even though you're in prison 16, 17, 18 years old, and the feds, they'll put you in there with us. We're grown men. And they don't care. They'll put young kids in there. And for me, it was just like, man, this is what I want to do, man, because I want to see these dudes go down the same road that I went down. So I want you to give a message to the kids, man, because you already talked to you. If you got a message to give to the kids, what is it?
Man, listen, man, you people say it and people think it's corny, but it's true, man. You can be whatever you want, man, out here. Sometimes out there in the street, sometimes fast money, it really doesn't equal out to just hard-earned money, man. It's a very important aspect of life. It may come fast. You may be doing that and doing the same thing that people that you look up to in videos or whatever are doing, or however you look at it, but that will only lead you down a certain road 100% of the time. There's all types of programs, there's all types of opportunities to help you get started with good jobs nowadays. You just got to put time and effort in to do it. There's all types of programs, and if you need help with that personally, I try to help people get into the trucking business. You could even with felonies on your record, you could have a good career in that. You really can. Don't believe that I have a felony, I can't get any job. Don't believe that hype. If you need help, getting a CDL, fitnessman@mail.com. It's my email, and or get with Chad. I'm sure he can help you. But don't go down that road. It's just not worth it. Absolutely. You can't get that time back ever.
For sure, man. Once it's lost, it's lost. So I'm going to close the show, tell people, man, to check you out on YouTube. It's obvious that you got a positive, mission. And that's what's important. It ain't just, hey, prison content and booty bandits. This is This is a man that's really trying to help people. So check out that White Boy Lockdown Radio, Big Matt. I appreciate you coming on the show, brother. And
Always, man.
we might have to do a part 2 because I'm sure you got a lot more to talk about. And
Right on, man. Just let me know. I'm gonna when we hang up, I'm gonna give you somebody's number to help you with the youth thing too, man. That definitely as much context as you have. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, thank you for coming on the show, man. Blood on the Razor Wire TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, definitely share the video. And until tomorrow, we're out.